Do you actually show your cat that you love them every single day? Most people would immediately say yes. You feed them, you pet them, you buy toys, you let them sleep on your bed. But here's the uncomfortable truth. A lot of the ways humans express love mean absolutely nothing in cat language. And some of the things you do daily, thinking you're being affectionate, might quietly create distance instead. Cats don't interpret love through intention. They interpret it through signals. Safety signals. Predictability. Tone. Space. Respect. And the gap between what you mean and what your cat feels can be bigger than you think. The good news? There are 7 daily habits, each under a minute, that can completely shift how your cat experiences you. Not just as the person who feeds them, but as someone they emotionally bond with. And here's something to stay for. The last habit activates a bonding response that goes deeper than treats, toys, or even your voice. It's a physical cue their brain associates with family-level trust. But first, let's start with something most people feel embarrassed about and shouldn't. Number 1. Talk to your cat like you talk to a baby. Yes, that soft, slightly ridiculous, high-pitched tone you never use in public. Most people feel silly doing it. Some even try to stop themselves. Don't. A 2020 Sioux study found that cats can clearly distinguish their owner's voice from a stranger's, but only when the owner uses that warm, exaggerated tone. When owner spoke in a flat, normal adult voice, the cats barely reacted. Switch to that softer tone and their ears turned. Their heads lifted. Many even moved closer. That's not random. Your cat isn't responding to vocabulary. They're responding to emotional frequency. That gentle tone mimics affiliative signals, the kind mammals use with infants or bonded companions. It tells the nervous system, safe, friendly, non-threatening. Your voice is your cat's emotional fingerprint. And here's the part most people miss. It's not about long conversations. It's micro moments. When you walk past them, when you set their food down, when they're staring at you from across the room. 2 seconds. Soft tone. Warm rhythm. You're not just making noise, you're reinforcing attachment. And if you think voice is powerful, wait until you see what 3 seconds of eye contact can do. Number 2. The 3-second slow blink. If you've ever caught your cat staring at you and then slowly closing their eyes, that wasn't drowsiness. That was communication. In feline language, a prolonged, unbroken stare can signal tension, but a slow blink, soft eye contact followed by a gradual closing of the eyelids, signals relaxation and trust. In 2020, researchers found that when humans slow blinked at cats, the cats were significantly more likely to blink back and even approach. The effect was strongest with their owners. Think about that. No treats, no toys, no touch, no types, no touch. Just 3 seconds of softened eyes and your cat's body language shifts, because in their world, that blink translates to "I'm not a threat." Here's what most owners accidentally do instead. They stare, hard eye contact, no blink, especially when they're admiring how cute their cat looks. To a cat, that can feel confrontational, so make this a daily ritual. Morning, evening. Anytime your cat meets your gaze, lock eyes gently, then slowly close your eyes halfway. Hold for a beat. Let them open naturally. When your cat blinks back, that's not random. That's a trust exchange. I see you, I feel safe. And now that you've signaled safety with your voice and your eyes, it's time to speak in your cat's native language, instinct. Number 3. Stop waving the toy. Start being the prey. If you've ever dangled a toy in front of your cat and they just stared at it like you were mildly embarrassing yourself, that's not laziness, that's boredom. Cats are hardwired hunters. Their brains are built around a sequence: stalk, chase, pounce, capture. That full cycle activates dopamine pathways tied to satisfaction and emotional reward. When you shake a toy back and forth in the same predictable pattern, you're skipping the hunt. You are offering movement without meaning. To your cat, it's like watching a broken mouse. Here's the shift. Drag the toy away from them, not toward them. Let it disappear behind furniture. Pause. Let it freeze, then make it dart unpredictably. When your cat crouches low, tail twitching, pupils wide, you've activated something primal, and here's the emotional spike most people miss. When you become the source of that fulfilled instinct, you're no longer just the feeder, you're the provider of purpose. Love, in cat language, feels like a successful hunt. 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough. But those minutes need to feel real. And once you've fulfilled instinct, something surprising happens when you do the opposite. when you stop trying so hard. Number 4, just sit near your cat and do absolutely nothing. This feels counterintuitive. Most owners think bonding requires action, petting, playing, offering treats. So when they sit on the couch and their cat stays across the room, they assume nothing is happening. Something is happening. In the wild, cats only rest near other cats they fully trust. They don't constantly groom or cuddle the way dogs do. They share space, quietly. That shared space is social bonding. When you sit near your cat without reaching for them, without calling their name, without trying to initiate anything, you're sending a powerful message: I don't need anything from you. And for a cat, that lowers pressure. Pressure raises vigilance. Absence of pressure builds safety. There's research showing that animals gravitate toward individuals who don't force interaction. The less demanding presence becomes the safer one. You might notice something if you do this daily. At first your cat stays where they are. Then they choose the same room. Then the same couch. Eventually, they close the gap. Not because you asked. Because they chose. In the feline world, being chosen is the highest form of love. And if you want to deepen that choice even more, you need to change how you touch them. Starting with the very first second. Number 5. Stop going straight for the pet. Ask first. Most people walk into a room, see their cat, and immediately reach down to touch them. It feels natural. It feels loving. But to a cat, that can feel abrupt. Cats process the world through scent before anything else. When two bonded cats greet each other, they don't immediately groom or rub bodies. They touch noses first. It's a scent exchange, a confirmation. I recognize you. You're safe. When you skip that step and go straight for a head scratch, you bypass your cat's natural greeting ritual. So here's the shift. Every single time you're about to pet your cat, extend one finger a few inches from their nose. Hold still. Let them come forward. Let them sniff. Let them initiate. When they push their face into your finger or rub their cheek against it, that's consent. You've just transformed the interaction. Instead of imposing affection, you invited it, and that subtle difference matters. Studies on animal handling show that when animals initiate contact, stress markers are lower and positive association is stronger. Cats remember who asks first, and if asking builds trust, there's one daily habit that protects something even more sacred in your cat's world: their sleep. Number 6. Protect their sleep. This one is uncomfortable, because we've all done it. They're curled up in that perfect little ball, breathing slow, looking impossibly soft. And something in your brain says, I have to pick them up. But sleep is not casual for a cat. Cats sleep 12 to 16 hours a day, and deep sleep is when their nervous system resets, muscles fully relax, awareness drops, their guard is down. In evolutionary terms, this is the most vulnerable state they enter. When your cat chooses a sleeping spot, they're choosing safety. Now imagine what happens when that safety is interrupted. Suddenly they're lifted, disoriented. Heart rate spikes. Adrenaline flickers. Even if they settle in your arms a few seconds later, their brain registered something. That spot wasn't fully secure. Do it repeatedly and you may notice subtle changes. They start sleeping in harder to reach places. Under the bed, on high shelves, behind furniture. They're not being distant. They're protecting their rest. Safe sleep equals safe bond. The daily habit here is simple. If they're asleep, let them be. Walk past. Smile. Resist. Because when your cat feels safe enough to disappear into deep sleep near you, that's one of the highest trust signals they can give. And now that you protected their vulnerability, there's one final touch that deepens the bond chemically. Number 7, the spot behind the ears. There's one area on your cat's body that carries a different emotional weight than anywhere else. The base of the head. Right between and just behind the ears. In bonded cat pairs, something called allogrooming happens, and they don't groom randomly. They focus on the areas a cat cannot easily reach on their own, especially that spot behind the ears and down the back of the head. Why? Because it's reserved. It's family-only territory. When cats groom each other there, studies suggest oxytocin, the bonding hormone, increases in both individuals. That chemical shift reinforces attachment. Now here's what most owners miss. You can trigger a similar response. Instead of rough scratching or quick pats, use slow, gentle strokes with your fingertips between the ears and down the back of the head. Light pressure. Repetitive rhythm. Calm breathing. Watch their body. Eyes soften. Whiskers relax. The purr deepens. That's not just physical pleasure, that's attachment chemistry. This is how cats say we belong. And once you understand that love for a cat is built on safety, consent, instinct fulfillment, and predictable touch, there's one more layer that quietly holds it all together. Something most people overlook entirely. There's one more piece that quietly determines how your cat feels about you every single day: predictability. Cats are creatures of pattern. Their nervous systems relax when the world feels consistent. Feeding times, play sessions, bedtime rituals, even the way you walk into a room. When those patterns are stable, stress hormones stay lower. When they shift unpredictably, vigilance increases. There's research in animal behavior showing that predictable routines reduce anxiety markers and increase affiliative behavior. In simple terms, consistency builds attachment. Let me give you a real example. One owner used to feed her cat at wildly different times depending on her work schedule. Some days 6 a.m., some days 9 a.m., some days 9 a.m., some days noon. The cat became more vocal, more clingy, and occasionally reactive. Once she anchored feeding and play to consistent time windows, the behavior changed within weeks. The cat became calmer, more relaxed, more affectionate. Nothing else changed, except predictability. Love in cat language feels like knowing what happens next. When your voice is gentle, your eye contact is soft, your play feels real, your touch is invited, their sleep is protected, and your routine is steady, your cat's nervous system begins to settle deeply around you. And that's when the bond shifts from comfort to security. Now step back and look at the pattern. You spoke to them in a tone their brain recognizes as warmth. You blinked in a way that signals peace. You fulfilled their hunter instinct. You shared space without pressure. You asked before touching. You protected their sleep. You activated bonding chemistry. You made their world predictable. That's not random affection, that's structured safety. And here's the emotional truth most people never fully grasp. Cats don't fall in love the way humans do. They bond through repeated experiences of safety. Safety, repeated daily, becomes love. When your cat begins choosing your lap more often, sleeping closer, approaching without hesitation, that's not coincidence. That's accumulated trust. But here's the subtle shift you need to watch for. If your cat starts flinching more, sleeping farther away, avoiding eye contact, skipping play, those aren't mood swings, they're feedback. Cats communicate through behavior, not speeches. And tiny daily habits, good or bad, compound over time. The beautiful part, the same way distance can slowly form, closeness can slowly rebuild. And it starts with one small change today. Here's the deeper truth. Your cat doesn't measure love by how much you feel. They measure it by how safe they feel around you. Every slow blink, every respectful greeting, every protected nap, every predictable routine. Those are deposits into an emotional bank account your cat keeps quietly tracking. Cats don't chase approval, they gravitate towards security. And when that security becomes consistent, something subtle but powerful happens. They start choosing you more often, sitting closer, sleeping deeper, following you from room to room without needing anything. Not because they're needy, because they're bonded. You don't make a cat love you, you make them feel safe enough to choose you. That's the difference. And if you ever notice that choice shrinking, less eye contact, less proximity, more guarded body language, don't panic, don't force affection, adjust the signals. Because cats are incredibly responsive to change when it restores safety. So here's the question I'll leave you with. Out of these 7 habits, which one will you start today? And when you do, watch closely. Your cat's response will tell you everything.